You're kind of a big deal, whether you realize this or not. Spirit wants me to deliver this message to you today, so if you found it for a reason. You have been inspiring those around you who pretend like they don't even see you. A lot of people have been observing you and have seen everything you've gone through as of the last few weeks, the last few months, or even the last few years. Your transformation has been incredible for some to witness, and for others, it's truly inspiring. The fact that you allow yourself to keep moving forward no matter what has been thrown your path is very inspiring to people, whether you realize this or not. And a lot of these people may be strangers to you or people who you used to know. If you're new, I'm Earth Angel 111, and I'm going to deliver you a message today. I hope you're having an amazing day from when you find this, and know that this message found you for a reason. It's not a coincidence. It's to let you know that you've been inspiring people around you. You see, I feel like the reason why this message is coming out is because a lot of you have never gotten the credit for overcoming all that you have in your life. And so if you needed to hear from one person today, let it be me. Let it be from divine. Let it be from your guardian angels. Let it be from source. So yeah, I'm going to hop right into the message. A couple messages in the pre-shuffle is a new opportunity is headed your way. For a lot of you, you've been working very hard to create new opportunities in your life, whether you realize this or not. A lot of it had to do with your realignment of yourself and how much you needed to change things in your life in order to create more opportunities. More change for the positive. And I feel like you don't realize how much of a big deal you are, because you could be just walking around humble with a smile on your face, no matter how you be looking, how your bank account be looking, how many friends you have, how many supporters you have, whether you're in a relationship or not. None of that matters. Whether you feel your best, you just keep moving forward, and that is incredibly inspiring to a lot of people in your life. And I feel like you guys don't get the credit due. This is why this message is coming through today. So some type of new opportunity is headed your way, and this directly has to do with the changes or transformation that you've overcame in your life. For a lot of you, you could have stepped into your life calling, your life purpose. And I'm hearing from Spirit, it may not have been easy, okay? Especially if you left behind essentially the life you always knew. Walking away from things that no longer serve you. Look at that. The Tower in reverse is at the bottom of the deck. Creating change in your life. Knowing that whatever life had in front of you wasn't the only option. You always had the ability to make your life something better. You just had to be willing to take the chance on yourself. And more importantly, be willing to grow and learn. Because in this life, no one's ever done growing or learning. No one ever is filled with enough knowing, to keep going. So yeah, next one out is you inspire those who pretend not to see you. And I feel as though you bring a great sense of peace to people when people observe you in some type of way. So it could be within your community. Maybe you have a career where you're very much so in the public, okay? Whatever it is you do for a career, because this is a collective reading, you have helped transform that place, okay? Whatever it could be. You've transformed that company, that place. You've shown people what it means to persevere. And a lot of people have observed you overcome these obstacles all on your own. I'm really hearing from Spirit, for some of you, no one helped you when you were down. No one helped you overcome when you needed them the most. A lot of people could try to have made your path extremely difficult, but you've shown nothing but perseverance and resilience where it was needed. A lot of you need to know today that this is part of your life purpose. To be a teacher to some, to show them what it means to never give up on your dreams, no matter how bad the obstacles come your way. I feel like for a lot of you, it wasn't even obstacles, but it was people trying to block your path. People who didn't want to see you shine brighter than them. People who did not want to see you have abundance or lift yourself up in a positive sense. Sometimes people in our lives can be there as roadblocks, as obstacles, as life lessons to learn that no matter how many times someone can try and knock you down, you're still going to get back up 10. Okay, so maybe 9 could be significant. You could have felt like you had 9 different issues in your life. Your life path could be 9. It could be 1 or 8 as well. But yeah, however you resonate, it really has to do with the fact that you have persevered, and it's inspiring. And I feel like you are attracting in a whole new set of people that you've never met before. New people for you to be inspired by as well. These could be people that have overcome the same obstacles that you are currently facing or have overcome yourself. And some of you are meant to really just like see different perspectives through these new people you're about to meet. It's going to bring a lot of peace and understanding and clarity, okay, in your life as well. When you realize that you're not alone in everything you've been through. Everyone out here is going through different things at the same time, right? That's what makes the world go round. No one has a perfect life. No matter how much it may look like it on the outside, no one's life is perfect. We're all learning how to overcome. You know, yesterday when I was doing my messages, I kept seeing the card, you are overcoming. So for some of you, you could really resonate with that. This is the end of a tough chapter in your life. Whether it feels like it or not, things are about to take a sudden positive shift. And you finding this message, you clicking on it, that was divinely guided so that you could know that all your efforts did not go in vain. Everything you did to overcome, it will work out for the positive for you. You just need to believe it. A lot of you could actually be manifesting a new life for yourselves, and maybe it didn't seem like it because things have taken a while to transpire, to develop. But God's doing his big one behind the scenes for you right now, and all these obstacles along the way were stepping stones to creating and paving this newfound success, this newfound life, this newfound happiness. Some of you have been wishing for a better career, and God's been trying to open up your eyes to show you that you have the tools necessary to manifest that dream you've always had. Some of you just needed to find the courage to step up into trying, to realizing that you always were able to manifest your dream life once you believed in yourself first. How could you ever expect everyone else to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself wholeheartedly, undoubtedly? So this message found you to reassure you that divine believes in you, and you need to start believing in yourself the utmost because you are inspiring people. Some of you have overcome major health issues or health scares. You could be stepping out of overcoming something like that. That may be your story that you're meant to tell. Not everyone has the fortunate, life lessons behind their belt to tell the stories that they've been through. For others of you, you could have really escaped some type of negative situation of feeling neglected by people you once loved and put your all into. Learning how to create new boundaries. How to be able to say no to those who don't have your best interest in mind, but were choosing to live for themselves. Some of you guys are really meant to inspire yourself. So you are being divinely guided. Trust the path you are being led down now, for it is one chosen by divine, and the outcome will exceed all of your expectations. You may have a specific dream in mind, but God's saying like double that, triple that. It's going to be even better than you expect. And a lot of it has to do with you choosing to have the courage to step out of what you know into the unknown. To really be the best version of yourself by allowing yourself to make mistakes as well. No one gets things right the first try. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 5 tries to really create something for yourself. But all of that is lessons learned. All of that is perseverance, hard work, dedication. And a lot of y'all, like I said, people pretend they don't see everything you've done in your life. People are watching in awe. You bring peace to people who have only known pain in their life because they know you've been through similar experiences. So this is part of your lessons as well, to teach others that no matter how dire a situation, how difficult it may feel, there's always the opportunity to change your situation around. Some of you are meant to be motivational speakers, start a podcast, choose to prophetic speak as well, or possibly even be a healer in some type of sense. Reiki, tarot, whatever this could be, okay? A lot of you have shown people who have known nothing but difficulties what it means to feel that way and to overcome. So this could even have to do with your upbringing. You could be from a family who always struggled, and you're trying to make your situation in your life better so that your family or future generations in your lineage do not go through the same difficulties. This is part of your teachings as well. Whoever I'm connecting with, your archetype for today is definitely as a teacher, because you are someone who teaches others what it means to go through difficult situations and to overcome. And sometimes it may feel as though it goes upon deaf ears, as if when you give sound advice or you try to open up to those around you, to offer a helping hand or a shoulder to cry on or an ear to listen, people feel as though, or you may feel as though, people do not listen. They do not take it with a grain of salt. They just take it as the whole salt. But Spirit wants you to know it is being heard by those who are meant to hear it only. Because not everyone is on the same sound vibration as you, the same frequency as you. Some still have those lessons to learn that you've overcome. And everyone is different in the world. Sometimes people prefer to go through it the hard way, even if you try to help them along the journey. And that's okay. That's what makes the world unique. There are other people who really look to others to hear good advice, to teach themselves how to see things with a more open mind, a new perspective. Some people really thrive on taking advice where others like to go through it themselves. So you could resonate with being someone who does like to listen to advice. And so just expect not everyone wants to hear that advice back, but you're not supposed to stop speaking because of that. You're not supposed to speak louder because of that. You're just supposed to know that the right ears will hear what you need to say. And that could be anything in your life. Advice, lessons you've learned, obstacles you're facing, or even just hello. You know, you ever think about how sometimes you could say hello to someone and they just keep walking by, they don't even acknowledge? Or you could give someone a compliment, say, hey, I really like that sweater or those sunglasses. And some people take it so open-heartedly and really give you a thanks, appreciate that. Whereas others may just look at you disgruntled and walk away, okay? So that's an example of those who are meant to hear it, whether it's even a compliment, advice. Those that are meant to hear it will hear it. So Spirit wants you to know that today, not to go quiet because you feel like certain people aren't picking up what you're putting down. And ultimately, other than that, what Spirit wants you to know, okay, is some of you are really meant to write a novel. Your story is meant to be heard in that type of way as well. So you could be someone who's incredibly well written. You're good with your words. If that's the case, know that this is a message specifically for you. Others of you I'm picking up, you could be a motivational speaker. But for some of you, you're meant to write a novel, because also too, as humans, we intercept taking advice or listening to one story completely differently. Some people would prefer to see it written down and be able to read it and analyze it themselves, whereas others would prefer to hear someone directly speak it. So realize as well that everyone is different in that sense. But some of you that are very well spoken or well written, you're meant to write a novel to share your story or your experiences, or even just one experience in particular that you've been through. Some of you may be very good business moguls. You may be relationship experts. You may be an expert in some specific area of your life of achievement of something you have overcome. Something that you went through the storm and you persevered, okay? That's what Spirit specifically wants you to focus on, especially as the new year is right around the corner, to make it one of your goals. Think about all of history as well. If no one ever shared their story or their experiences, there would be a lot less books in the world, a lot less knowledge for those to share. So you're being asked, if you found this message, to go ahead and speak. Speak your experiences, speak your truth. A lot of you as well, okay? There's one more message here. You could be a singer. So for some of you, it may have to do with you using your voice in that type of sense as well. You may have a very beautiful voice. And you may be very vocally talented. If that's the case, some of you are meant to inspire others through music, through singing your story, through singing your song, in a way that others can connect to and relate to. And if you are a singer and you're struggling right now, Spirit is asking you to look at a way that you can be more connectable to others, relatable to others. So speaking upon some type of experience that you know could be even a worldwide phenomenon or something that other people may have really experienced in their lives is going to bring a lot of success to you. There was one more message here. You predicted something and it was true. Okay, so for some of you, if you do happen to be a prophetic speaker, a reader, intuitive, clairvoyant, a seer, anything like that, there could be something as well that you predicted to be true and it ended up being true. Maybe at first a lot of people turned their back on you and didn't believe you. Okay, but for some of you, a lot of people did believe what you were saying, right? That goes back to those who are meant to listen and hear it will hear your message. And yeah, you predicted something that was true. And so people that didn't believe you in the past are starting to see as well that you could speak nothing but truth. You are a truth seeker and a truth teller. And sometimes people have a hard time differentiating the two, especially if all they know is to be surrounded by people who do not speak truth. So you could have went a very difficult journey alone because you spoke some type of truth. And now a lot of people are starting to figure out that it was truth you told. If that's the case as well, you can expect a lot of people in this new year to come back towards you who may have once totally tried to silence you. And that goes back to what I was saying about how some people need to see it to believe it, or some people will listen to what others are saying. So you could have experienced some type of hardship, and when you tried to vocalize what you'd been through, you could have been completely shut down, almost closed off, rejected. And all you were trying to do was to open up others' eyes or to share an experience of a difficulty you went through. This could have now occurred within another individual, and someone is starting to realize, or multiple people in your life have started to realize, that you spoke a truth about something, and a lot of people just weren't willing or ready to hear it. Maybe you went through something extremely difficult or off-putting, and some people did not want to hear such a difficult thing you'd been through. I feel like it could have made some people, whether you realize this or not, extremely emotional, knowing you went through something that made you so incredibly vulnerable, and a lot of people chose to try to silence you or to stop you from speaking about your experience. And as things have gone on, as time has gone to show your true character or your true nature, a lot of people are realizing whatever you predicted or said was the truth. So this is the second part of the message, y'all. You are definitely being viewed not only as a teacher, but as a truth speaker. And those two tasks alone are never easy things to do or voice or communicate. And what Spirit wants me to convey is there are multiple different ways that you can convey your truth or your experiences. For some of you, it will be through prophetic speaking. For others of you, it will be through some type of written word. And for others of you, it will be through your voice, through singing. All are equally as important as the last. And the biggest message you need to hear today is the one person who will be the quickest to try to shut you down is the person who does not want you to speak some type of truth. So whether this was something you went through with an experience with another individual or someone who is intimidated by the fact that you shine so bright, both could resonate. For a lot of you, you're going to come to the realization that there were certain people or one individual in your life that tried to silence you to make themselves look better. And that's something we ain't gonna do. Why divine allows things like that to happen as well is to teach you perseverance. And because eventually your truth will be vindicated in front of others. And so anyone who chose to go against you for their own selfish nature, for their own way of being, will be exposed for being a non-truth teller. So a lot of you, even though you could feel as though you're going through this experience, things are hard or you're alone, you're meant to inspire others how you never gave up on yourself. You always kept going. And more so than that, you could create some type of abundance possibly for some of you off of that by writing a novel or creating music. But yeah, if you found this message, it's about to be revealed that you predicted something and it was true, or you spoke some type of truth and it was true, and there were one or more individuals who tried to do anything to shut you down, to make you feel outcasted or even possibly isolated. The sad thing is, there are maybe true truth tellers out of 10. A lot of people have their own hidden agendas. So if you resonate with being someone who tells nothing but the truth and expects that from others, be proud of yourself today, because you were chosen by divine to speak truth in a world full of people that love to pretend, or not even that, to really negatively impact other people in order to get ahead in their own life. And it's just a shame. So the Tower is in reverse because of something you predicted actually coming to pass, or some type of truth being revealed. Could have been a fire sign that did this to you, or you could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, but this is double fire energy, feminine and masculine in both these cards, so you could resonate with either way. It could have also been two individuals that work together to sabotage you in something you've created, or some type of truth or experience you told. And in this day and age, it's just a shame because back in history, there was no one trying to shut down people from speaking their experience or their truth in order to get ahead in life. And if there was, those people were very instantly exposed. But now with social media, okay, with people doing all the things that they're doing behind the scenes to try and control another individual's life, people have taken things extremely far. So some of you could resonate with knowing that you were someone who was targeted by an individual or a group of individuals who thought that they can control your destiny. And y'all are meant to keep speaking your truth, no matter whose ears it is heard through. Because like I said, there could be a lot of deaf ears who don't want to hear it, who've already made up their mind. You could also be someone who really resonates with having spoke about some type of pain you went through, and a lot of people chose to reject you or look at you as if you were weak because you were placed in such a situation. Some of you could have been bullied, you could have been downright outcasted, or you could have been silenced. But God wants you to know to persevere, because a lot of you have a new opportunity coming. And the fact of the matter is, your story never switched up as well. So someone who could have tried to silence you, their story could have switched up multiple times. Yours never did. And you could also be someone who once spoke a truth and moved forward with your life. You didn't continue to dwell in it. You allowed the Most High to handle your battles for you in the spiritual realm. So I'm going to pull you an angel oracle. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment if this resonates with you. Quite a few just came out, so I'm going to take all 4. portal. So a lot of you are stepping into a new dimension, a new portal in your life, a new beginning. Doors are opening. You decide rewards and wild cards. A lot of you, this is Spirit bringing in this new blessing for you because you deserve it. You chose to stand strong. And like I said, if you were outcasted or worked against by a number of people for speaking some type of truth, that was also their lesson to learn. That God's will, no matter how many come against someone who speaks the truth, will always be shut down. So Earth School, you could resonate with being a part of this collective. Life lessons, soul growth, higher learning. A lot of you, all this was meant to teach you more about yourself and your strength and your divine wisdom as well. And life lessons like that do not come easy. They're not for the faint of heart. A lot of you could have even felt outcasted by people you once held very near and dear to your heart, to yourself. So Earth, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. So learning how to detach emotionally from people, places, and things that try to work against your highest good. Or like I said, that goes back to the falling on deaf ears. When people purposely try to misjudge you or place you in a box that you were never meant to be in, that says a lot more about their character than it ever will your strength. One more message here says you've got the love, Hadarian energy, codependence, and boundaries. So a lot of you, why people chose to go against you is because you could have spoke some type of major truth. And when you started to see the reactions of other people, good, bad, silence, working against you, you could have created some type of strong boundaries in your life to implicate your peace, to heal, to overcome. And this could have been as well why people chose to work against you, because sometimes people aren't willing to see the wrongs that they've done to another individual. They just keep moving forward. And Divine wants you to know Divine sees everything. Everything we think, every perspective each person has. The deepest things you think are hidden, Divine sees it all for what it is, right? So a lot of people will come to realize that whatever you predicted to be a truth, you were telling the truth. And a lot of people try to make you feel as though you were wrong for speaking this truth, or that you weren't speaking the truth whatsoever. And so you're being viewed as a big deal right now, whether you realize this or not, because you could have changed the perspective of many different people. I feel like you could really resonate with having felt like you were counted out for being different as well, for being unique. If you are someone with spiritual gifts, you could feel as though others were trying to attack you for what you know or for who you are. We are all born on this earth with different gifts, talents, and skills. We do not get to decide beforehand. If we did, the world would look pretty perfect, wouldn't it? So a lot of you could really have overcome difficult situations, and it was through your perseverance, through your truth telling, through your talents, your skills, your observation skills. And more importantly, that goes back to what I was saying about you guys being a teacher in some type of way. And not always is everyone ready to learn the lessons of soul growth. But with the contracts card coming out, a lot of you have soul ties and contracts with people that you would have never imagined in order to teach them this lesson of resilience and this way of overcoming. So just know, if you found this message today, I'm extremely proud of you, and know that you have a new opportunity coming in where you will be viewed as the true, amazing, truth-telling individual that you've always been. And Divine wants you to know that this was all part of his greater plan to expose those around you who tried to intentionally bring you down from overcoming some type of difficult, painful situation or endings. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, hit that bell so you can subscribe and be notified when I post another reading. God bless.